that's hot. That's hot.
Hello and welcome to my latest video. I'm very excited to showcase for you the latest apex creature, Imperatosuchus. But first, I have to make it very clear that all the footage you're going to see in the video is based on a beta version of Jurassic World Alive, specifically version 2.14.15, which LUDIA provided early for content creators like myself. I am not a hacker, I've just got access to the beta version to give you early visibility of Imperatosuchus, the brand new apex. Now that I've got that out of the way, let's get on with what you actually want to see, Imperatosuchus. And straight off, I have to say what a great job LUDIA have done with the design of this apex croc. Its evil eyes and gunmetal blue colouring certainly give an intimidating look. Sadly, I can't give you the baseline stats for this level 30 creature on screen, or even what it unlocks with. This beta version came with the croc already at level 30, and I boosted it before recording any footage. Sorry. So I would suggest looking up the stats in the Jurassic World Alive Field Guide. Okay, all I will say about the stats is that Imperatosuchus has 25% armor, which is very nice, and a 15% critical hit chance. Moving on to its abilities, we start with Fierce Decelerating Strike. This cleanses vulnerable, which is a bit mute as it has 100% resistance to vulnerability anyway. It removes shields and taunt and gives a ×1 attack bypassing armor. It also reduces the speed of its opponent by 50% for 2 turns, which could be really useful in getting that next killer attack done. Second, we have Death Roll. This gives a ×1.5 attack bypassing armor and bleeds 15% of the target's maximum health points for 2 turns. Like Fierce Decelerating Strike, it also slows down its opponent, but this time it's by 75% for 3 turns. Next we have Bask. This is a priority move, which has a 100% chance to stun the opponent for 1 turn and makes it unable to swap for 2 turns. It also heals the croc for ×1.5 of its damage stat. If that wasn't enough, it also increases damage by 50% for 2 attacks, 2 turns. Its final selectable ability is Vulnerability Rampage. This has a ×2 attack and makes its target vulnerable for 2 attacks, 2 turns. Imperatosuchus also has a counter-attack, Defense Shattering Counterattack, which removes shields and deals half damage after receiving and surviving damage itself. If an opponent tries swapping out, Imperatosuchus also has No Escape Strike, to prevent the escapee from swapping for 1 turn. Damage is increased by 50% for 2 attacks, 2 turns, and Imperatosuchus attacks with ×1 damage. Right, on to resistances. We've got 100% stun resistance, 67% swap prevention, 50% taunt, 33% rend resistance, 67% death over time resistance, 100% vulnerable resistance, and finally 100% resistant to speed decreases. With the increasing number of creatures with death over time moves like Hydroboa, Referenantum, Forex, Scorpius Rex Gen 3, Albertospinus, Spinoconstrictor, Stygidarex, and Pterovixis, to name but a few, its resistance to bleeding could be really useful. With its 100% resistance to stun, it's also a useful opponent against Scorpius Rex Gen 3's Toxic Quills attack. With the base speed of 112, it's certainly going to need those speed decreasing abilities in order to get its attacks in first. Imperatosuchus will be a raid boss from March 16th, so will be a Wednesday raid. So, all this sounds very good, but what is Imperatosuchus' Achilles heel? With no resistance to reduce damage, and no abilities to overcome dodge or cloak, then these are the abilities to focus on when facing the apex croc, whether in a raid or in the battle arena. Okay, enough with the theory, let's show you some battle footage. This is taken from the campaign missions. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it or found it informative. Please do provide feedback in the description below. I always respond to comments, so please feel free to add your comments, feedback or suggestions. Okay, until next time, this is Alien Newt.